Welcome to a new video on my home automation OpenHub and Node-RED series. This is my second Zemismart product review, and this one is an RGBW downlight. This is the type of model you put into a false ceiling, so you drill a hole and then you slide it in, and it should be very easy to install because all you have coming out of the unit is just basically two wires, and this is universal voltage, so 85 to 265 volts, so the same product should be suitable for European and US use as well. And I would say there's not much to say about the product itself. As you can see, there is a very thin trim, so that's the only thing which is going to stick out from your ceiling, so it's a very low profile. Everything is hidden under the ceiling, and you will find the dimensions in the product listing, and you get this plastic diffuser here on the front, and yeah, not much else to say, I would say. Let's go to the product listing and see how it works. Before we set up this downlight, let's look at the different listings. So open this on the Zemismart website, and as you can see, you have this Amazon Alexa Google Home enabled voice timer control 6-inch Wi-Fi LED downlight. And as you can see, it says RGBW, so there is a separate LED element here for white lights. And if I scroll down, yeah, so the main stats are these 10 volts and universal voltage, 800 to 900 lumens. Okay, that's nice. Oh, at least good to know. To be honest, I don't know how that compares to other ones, and you get some ideas here as well how you can control it via Alexa. What are the different commands which are accepted, and also you have some keywords for the color temperatures, and I'm assuming there would be similar control phrases for Google Home as well. And as you can see the dimensions here. And if you go to the official Aliexpress site, again you can go to Google Home and lights, and you will find these lights in a separate, a few different versions. So there is a smaller 4-inch one, there is a 6-inch one as well, and I think there is a version which says AU, which has an Australian plug on it. I'm not sure how much that is useful. Oh, there is even one which has a E24 screw bulb end. So again, there are a few different versions and a few different sizes as well. As you can see, the price is pretty much the same, so it's about 23 to 26 US, I think 25. Okay, so that's roughly the price. There is a screw at the back, and you can remove this cover here. But there is nothing really underneath, so the two wires are coming from within the unit. They have probably used the same molding for a different product where you would have screw terminals here, and you can see the holes where how you can access the screw head, but again there's nothing here, so there's no point to removing it. All the parts are made of plastic, so this top part as well. I'm not planning to take this apart, so I don't know how the heat dissipation works, but I'm going to run it for, let's say, about an hour and then see how warm it gets. I mean, that would be my only concern. Otherwise, it looks like that it's made from a really good quality material. So, I mean, as you can see, I'm trying to flex this case, but it's not flexing at all. So it's nice and solid and very minimalistic look. Maybe I could see some flashing at the end of this trim, but that's all. It's a nice attention to detail that even these retaining clips, which go, in to your ceiling, so you would never see them. They even have this plastic cover over the spring. So yeah, I'm quite happy how it looks. As I mentioned previously, I'm going to use the Tuya Smart app to demonstrate the capabilities of this device. So I have this hooked up to my mains power. It's not plugged in yet, and I've also downloaded the Tuya Smart app from the App Store. I've created an account and I've done the initial setup, which is basically creation of a new home, because you can control multiple homes in this app, and I also created the standard set of rooms. And I've already configured another Zemismart product in this app, which you can see here, but it's not plugged in at the moment. But let's go on with this RGB floodlight or downlight, and I'm going to plug this in, and then depending on how the unit is configured, it might go into pairing mode immediately, which you would easily notice by the lamp blinking. And if it's not happening, then all you need to do is unplug it, plug it back again, unplug it and plug it back again, and then it will start this blinking pattern. So basically just, power cycle. I think you need to power cycle it 3 times to get into pairing mode. But because it's already in, I'm going to add a new device. So the plus button on the upper right, and I'm going to configure it as a lighting device. So the second option, and yes, I can confirm that it's blinking rapidly. I provide my user ID and password, and we just wait until the registration completes. It's probably already doing something because the flashing has stopped, and now we can see that it's found the device, registering it, and it's initializing it. And again, I've done the configuration of this previously, so I've named it as mood light because it has all the different colors. So I'm just going to leave it as it is and then complete. And now, as you can see, we can control the light. So the user interface is rather simple. Well, it's easy to use because you get this main bulb icon, and if you click on that, then the light just goes off and comes back again. And as you can see, there is a nice, very quick but still, noticeable soft fade in and fade out effect when the light goes off or comes back on. And we have a couple of options down in the buttons. So we have white, in which you can control the color temperature and the brightness. So I'm going to take the brightness all the way up to like 100%, which is probably going to saturate the camera. So it is really, really bright. So I'm just going to take it down to like 70%. So it's going to be much better for the video. And I can also move the color temperature. So at the moment it's 100%, which means that it's the cold light or the cold white. And if I start moving it around, then hopefully it is noticeable on the screen as well, sorry, on the video as well, that it changes the color temperature. Of course, the camera it will try to compensate, so it's not going to be as noticeable. But I'm going to make some further shots a few minutes later. And I have to say that it's not a very wide range. So like when I have the color temperature all the way down, it's not really like a very yellowish warm light. Sometimes you get this in mood lights that you have this like sleep mode where it's like sort of almost actually yellow. It's not that strong effect, but it is definitely, there is a noticeable difference between the cool light and the warm light. And if you have it like somewhere in between, then I think it's like a good natural white, or like like some sort of sunlight. And then you can have several scenes which are basically like different preset colors, and I think some of them they also do change. So as you can see, the colorful just basically randomly switches between very bright lights, and then the exciting does pretty much the same, but it also like strobes. I don't know how much they are actually usable. This wonderful basically fades between several colors, but yeah, and you can set the scenes and stuff, but honestly this is something that I would use the least. And in schedule, let me just turn it down so it's better for the camera. Okay. And in schedule, you can set up schedules, basically what time the lamp should turn on. So 11:45 every single day, I want this lamp to turn on and off. And only thing you can specify here is on and off, so not the colors or the intensity. So it would just basically come back to the same color what it was set before. And then maybe 1 hour later, I want it to turn off. Same time before, every day of the week. Good. So yeah, basic schedule. In the device settings, when you click on the 3 dots on the top right, you can rename the light. You can change its location, so which room it is, and you have some other features. For example, you can share the device. So if there are multiple accounts, for example, within your family, you use your account to set up the device and then share it to other users. You can also group them. So, which I think it's probably quite useful for this particular light, because you would install multiple of these downlights, so you can just group them, being the same part of the room. So instead of turning them on individually, you can turn off the, this string and the other string. And of course, you also have options to turn something on and off completely in a specific room. So this is why the device location matters. And a couple of options like, check firmware, leave feedback, and then remove the device if you don't need this in your account anymore. And on the main screen, I quite like it as opposed to the other product, which is the wall switch and the receiver, is that you also have some buttons here. So instead of going into the details screen of the device, which takes a couple of seconds to load, you can also control it from here. And you also have this option, which is the common functions. So you can switch, you can set the brightness, and you can also set the color temperature. So not the colors, but the brightness and the color temperature you can also activate here from the main screen. To control this device from Google Home, I'm just going to use the Home app. And I've explained this in my previous video, but if this is your first device in the Tuya app, you click here on Add, Set Up Device. You select the second option, which works with Google. And then in this list, you have to find the Tuya Smart app. Once you select it, you provide your Tuya Smart app account, which is an email and a password. You put it in, you say link, you authorize, and then the devices in your Tuya Smart app would actually get linked to your Google Home. But because I have created this link already, I actually don't have to do anything, because if I scroll down, you can see that I have two devices. I have a mood light, and I also have the desk lamp. So both of these devices are coming from the Tuya Smart app. So just by configuring the new device in Tuya Smart, it automatically appears in Google Home. So I can control it from here. So turn it on, the lamp comes on, turn it off, and the lamp goes off. And I can also do it with voice. Hey Google, turn on the mood light.
Sure, turning on the mood light.
So it works. Hey Google, turn off the mood light.
Okay, turning off the mood light.
Hey Google, is the mood light on?
The mood light is off.
Hey Google, turn on the mood light.
Okay, turning the mood light on.
Hey Google, increase the mood light brightness by 50%.
Okay, brightening the mood light by 50%.
Hey Google, set the mood light to red.
Okay, changing the mood light to red.
Hey Google, set the mood light to daylight.
Alright, changing the mood light to daylight.
So as you can see, you can give simple commands with Google Home to turn the device on and off, change the brightness, well, either increase or decrease, and also set it to specific colors. And here you can specify like basic color names. For example, I did red, but also you can specify color names which represent color temperature. So I said daylight, and there are a couple of options like that. And of course, you can also query the status of the device. So I placed the lamp against the white wall so we can hopefully see the different color temperatures and the brightness changing. And I've also locked the exposure and the white balance on the camera to help with that. So I'm in the different color temperature mode, the white color temperature mode. I have both the brightness and the color temperature about halfway through. So now you can see if I take the brightness all the way down that it's really dim, and at 100% it is really strong. And if I move the color temperature down, then it gets not so much yellow, maybe more like an orange tint. And then on 100% it's definitely a slightly bluish white. If I change the colors, so this is 100% red, and that's like 1% red, a little bit of glow. And as soon as I move the saturation, then you will see, there is a little bit of color bleeding, so even in real life it turns a little bit pink. There is a hint of red, or a little bit purple in this case, but still a relatively bright light. Thank you for watching this episode. Purchasing links to this product are in the video description. There are also 2 thumbnails on the screen now which show you videos that you might be interested in. Or you can also click on my lovely face and then subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and hopefully see you in the next video.